Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Silo Show. Um, this is almost the end of 2023. One more day. And wow, what a year! A year personally, a year of really a lot of good things happening, and a lot of, like I said, personally, and in the things that I'm interested in UFC, in like pro wrestling and the WWE and AEW, and as well as a comedy scene as well. Um, Man, there's just so many things to review, but I will make this really short. Just one of the really key things that really stuck to me this year, and one of the things that really stuck with me this year was in the UFC. There were really three things that really stuck to me that really changed a lot of things. And then you see that actually a sport progressing, and wow, UFC, and I will say another 5 years is gonna be I bet the best sport there is. I mean, they're pulling up good numbers. It's a sport that is growing so fast. And I mean, Dana's doing a good job of running the whole thing still. So, yeah, I mean, and now the whole thing that happened between WWE and the UFC that they're together. I mean, like I said, there's just so much shit that happened this year. Sorry, so much stuff that happened this year. And so, yeah, no, it was, like I said, I think after the pandemic, that was the best thing that has happened so far. And the whole industry. I mean, for a while it was getting pretty weak, and but I will focus first on the UFC. So in the UFC, what I really enjoy and to start the year was the super fight between Volkanovski and Islam Makachev. That was a great fight. I personally thought that just because of the damage, I believe that Volkanovski won the first fight. That being said, Islam survived the fight and he made it to the end. He still did great. I'm not saying just his performance was not the same. I know that there were some problems with rehydration. I know he's a really big dude. He's like a Habib, that he was like a weight bully where he cuts down a lot of weight. And so, yeah, I can see that, probably he just a bad weight cut. Uh, that's going to affect your performance. But to start the year, that was a great freaking fight. It was a great card overall, too. In that co-main event, I was really happy because Jair Rodriguez won the belt, the interim belt, which is I was really happy about because I'm originally from Mexico, so just representing my country and seeing Mexicans actually getting their recognition when it comes to mixed martial arts, and also we're really well known overall for boxing. So I think I'm just this connects to it a little bit. Um, there are so many superstars that are coming from the country too, so which I'm really happy about. But yeah, let's focus more on, like I said, the fights or the things that really stuck to me this year. And so yeah, the Volkanovski and Islam first fight, like I said, it was really close. And yeah, me personally, Volkanovski won. So, but everybody has their own opinion. On the second fight, which was almost at the end of the year, now that was a way of closing really a trilogy. No, actually, not even a trilogy, but just like to finish. Man, like the way he finished Volkanovski, technically he looked even way better too. The way he looked in Abu Dhabi, um, he looked thicker. He looked more like himself. The way, like I said, he started doing the kicks, kicking the legs, kicking the mid body, and then towards the end hitting the head, and then finishing the fight. That was a way to finish the whole thing. Now we know that Islam is actually the best fighter, not Volkanovski. That being said, what a freaking balls on that guy to even do that, to step it up, and probably about 2 weeks notice, I believe, on that one. So yeah, that was one of the um, definitely good way to finish the year for Islam Makachev. So yeah, no, props to him. I do like him. He's getting better at his striking. I believe he's a way better version than Habib when it comes to that. Yeah, and for a reason, he's a number pound fighter right now as we speak. Um, the other one that really stuck to me that happened midway through the year was Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina has been a reigning defending champion for so many years, and I actually believe that there are two fights that she had with um, the the goat in the female division. Oh my god, no, no, not my, no, not my Nunez. Nunez. Oh my god, the name will come to me. I'm so sorry. But oh, like I said, I believe she won those fights against the goat of the female division. She also beat the likes of like Homie Holmes in an amazing fight. Once again, she's a small girl and she was fighting big girls in the 135. It went well in her division. She actually pretty much eliminated everyone except for Amanda Nunez. There we go. So she decided to go down to 125, and then since then she was destroying basically everyone that came um, through her path. Uh, because she's just that good. Then this Alexa Grasso, and I'm probably being biased here because I'm from Mexico, but no, I was just really happy that Alexa, who comes from Mexico, who's a really good jiu-jitsu, and her striking is getting better as well. It was just impressive to see how she finished the fight. I know that Valentina made a mistake, and but that being said, if you make a mistake, you pay the price for it. Now I believe Alexa took advantage of it, which is great. I think that separates her from other girls in that division at 125. Um, Now the second fight that they had, I do believe Valentina won on points, even though it was a draw, and then being a draw, Alexa retains the title. But definitely the upset that the way she finished the first fight was amazing, and she made history. She dethroned the undisputed champ, and one of the best in the female divisions. And Yeah, I was like I said, I was just really happy for that to happen, and the way it happened with that submission like that. And at the end, even the way she finished the submission was like she really tried, and she really dig in there, like. And even when she let go, you can actually see the difference between the color between like her Valentina was actually getting red, so when she let go, you can see like the difference in like the color, like it was all white here. So she's definitely making some damage in there, and yeah, no, I definitely enjoy that part of the year. Like I said, once when she won the belt, and not so much on the rematch, but I'm focusing more on actually the first fight. And yeah, no, really happy for, like I said, for the Mexicans and for Alexa Grasso. I mean, to overcome that and to beat, uh, to beat on the first fight uh, clean with a submission, and in the second fight, on the second fight, even though it wasn't, I don't think it was Alexa who won, but they give it to, well, it was a draw. Then yeah, it still looks good on your record. I hope this next fight that happens. I really hope my heart wants for Alexa to really beat Valentina, and she can finish Valentina, so we can stop talking about hey, she basically just took advantage of the first fight. which is, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to win the fight. But you know how the UFC community is, and just sometimes other people don't appreciate it. I never really been I'm not a fighter, but I can really appreciate their hard work and their mental game to go through, the way they're cut weight. I mean, just so much shit that goes through it, right? So it's just amazing for me I can't even imagine to be even in a cage. I mean, so respect to that. Now we're moving on to the other thing that really shocked me, and I think it shocked everyone. And I really like this guy. I know that his mouth sometimes says some shit that you're like, whoa, man, like, um, I guess it's not acceptable nowadays. Um, Everybody, I respect their opinion. I'm just saying, me personally, I like the guy, and I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Sean Strickland, beating one of the best martial artists actually of all time, which is Israel Adesanya. Like, I mean, as of now, he's basically one of the best. He lost the belt this year, and then he got it back, and the way he got it back, Adesanya, was amazing. Then he was supposed to be fighting Duplessis. I believe something happened with Duplessis, so then Sean Strickland jumped into the conversation just because of like the way the conference, the press conference was happening before, the way they went at it. I believe it's just how destiny happened. Once again, I like this guy, Sean Strickland. He definitely has some cojones, and he speaks the truth. I mean, he's truth. It doesn't have to be anybody else's truth. It's just his truth, and I appreciate that. The way I believe he mentally broke Israel Adesanya. He wasn't expecting that. The way he fought too. I mean, he's so awkward, but yet very effective. Um, I don't know if this style is gonna work against Duplessis. The guy, well, like I said, styles make fights, right? So this fight coming up, it's a tough one to call. But that being said, I'm gonna be sticking to Sean and Israel because this, like I said, it was a shocker for everyone, and I'm just also happy for the guy that he won the belt. And the fact that he's making more money, I know he doesn't really care about the belt, which I kind of like, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, having a belt showing that you're the champion of the world, that's amazing. I love belts because I grew up watching pro wrestling, WWE. But I also appreciate his truthness and just honesty, really. And so, yeah, no, I'm really happy for the guy. Once again, happy for Islam for finishing the two fights with Volkanovski. Same with Alexa. Really proud of my Mexican heritage, and as a female, not me female, but also respecting as a female fighter. I mean, the female division now, honestly, are kind of like in the era of like the beginning, not the very beginning of the UFC, but I would say like the Chuck Liddells and like like it was kind of like the beginning of the UFC. I feel like now women are in that. I'm not saying in the same level of technical because it's so different now, but I'm just saying on the level of how the fame and how the recognition they're getting, which I'm really happy about that. Um, that being said, too, I mean, one of the best fights I've seen, they're actually being the female fights. We just recently, I believe, just even this past pay per view, another Mexican girl fighting a Brazilian girl. Um, it honestly, I mean, it wasn't the most technical fight, but I'm just saying, as a fan, and just the way they were just going at it and non-stop, just I mean, just back and forth. Yeah, it was such an amazing fight. I will say that was actually my favorite fight of the year. I know there was others, but just the way, like, it was just the whole fight. It was amazing for me personally. Yeah, so that will be for the UFC. Really, that was the things that stuck up to me. Um, Quick shout out to Tom Aspinall for winning the belt. Too bad we didn't get to see Jones and Stipe. It happened for a reason. I do hope that next year, Jones. Well, yeah, this year coming up, which is tomorrow. um, yeah, no, I hope next year Jones comes back and actually defends the undisputed title against Tom Aspinall because he's definitely an upper comer for sure. Now we're gonna be really moving on to the WWE and I'm not and also AEW together. And I'm just gonna say overall, in the pro wrestling world, I think it's the best. I don't even know what to call it this era, but I believe it's actually one of the best to be honest. Because now that we have internet, we're more exposed to the Japanese style, the Mexican style, um, and also as we always see WWE. Now I'm so happy that there's actually another company like AEW. They started just before the pandemic, and I'm really happy that they kept their momentum up. It does help that they some other wrestlers came from WWE, because just some of them were fed up just the way, just how the pro wrestling world was running in the WWE. I can see that WWE is more of a corporate thing. They're like the NFL, right, of pro wrestling, kind of like the UFC is NFL for MMA. It's just such a bigger company that it is what it is. They had all these years to build up for where they where they are, so I get it. But I really, like I said, I really enjoy that we have AEW now. They've been putting up some great matches. I do really enjoy their how they actually focus more on the people, on the younger wrestlers, and putting them over, which I think it's great because honestly they're gonna be the future. They're gonna be the ones continuing this thing. So yeah, no, I'm just really happy about that part. That some wrestlers now have the option to go to AEW and still make a career because it's exposed now too. So yeah, no, overall, shout out to Sammy Guevara, which is my favorite wrestler right now in the pro wrestling world. Um, he's gonna have so much potential, and he has potential. I think it's just time, I guess, and hopefully this year coming up, it just gets better and better for him. Um, I haven't really followed WWE for a couple of years, for reasons of I haven't really liked the storylines with the whole Roman Reigns. I think towards the end it was better with the whole Sami Zayn thing happening. It was more like I've been keeping up to it, but just like I seen a couple clips here and there just to kind of see what's happening. For a while, it got pretty boring. Um, Now it's picking up again. I do like the whole storylines. I do like that some other wrestlers are coming back. Excuse me, are coming back to WWE and get a new opportunity. I enjoy that Triple H is actually running the whole enchilada now, so that's actually pretty cool. Um, yeah, like I said, overall, I think being a pro wrestling fan is, yeah, just such a good time right now. You're exposed to so much that even if you don't like one product, and you can go watch others. And yeah, no, awesome. I mean, let's continue this for next year. Um, Obviously, and I really hope that AEW continues. WWE looks like it's not going anywhere, especially after the whole after they basically sold out, and yeah, no, so now they're owned by a bigger corporation. Well, which eventually that's what happens to big companies, right? It's just how the world is. Um, Now, We're gonna get to comedy. I've been a big fan of comedy for since I was a little kid, and then just recently it's been growing a little more and more in me. I think, and I watch it a lot. I follow a lot of comedians. It's hard for me. When I say I'm not gonna name each of them that I follow, but one of the things I've been following lately that I really like the whole setup is Kill Tony. I like how it's set up that you get the chance to do a minute. I do like how they interview them, and honestly, the way they roast them. I think if you're not able to make fun of yourself, it's I get it. Not everyone's gonna be the same, but man, like you have to sometimes like not take it too personally. I mean that's just me. I do don't be said I'm not perfect. I do take things personally in different ways. Just my ego is different in that way. But yeah, no, like I said, I do appreciate the way they roast them and they humble them sometimes. And some people got to they need to be humble. Some of them when they do great, they elevate them and they make them great. So like I said, I just really like the whole concept with Kill Tony. Um, I've been actually thinking of doing some stand up myself. Um, just to be honest, it's one of those things that I haven't really put too much effort into it. I've just been thinking about it. I've been talking about it, which it's kind of like halfway there, sure, but you have to put in the work. Kind of like putting in the work and putting content in my channel. But yeah, one step at a time, right? Comedy too. Once again, I'm really happy about that the comedy scene is coming back. I'm really happy actually that during the pandemic, I know not many people are a fan of Joe Rogan. I am personally just for who he is and just for the things that he has done in the comedy scene. Putting up all his money basically to open this new comedy club and paying actually the comedians what they deserved and giving a platform for them to perform. I mean, that's so cool. Um, it's just the way I think personally. If a person's really trying to help, I think that's a good way to help. He's actually helping the community and yeah, he's also helping himself. But like I said, for a while he was losing money. Um, so that's just what I know, and this is just from like watching podcasts from his peers talking about him, and also his friends and other comedians that they just met him, and other comedians that are starting that they always are grateful for him for the opportunities. So I'm just going by that. Um, yeah, like I said, the comedy scene is just amazing right now. You got once again we're exposed to the internet, so we get to see other either comedians do on TikTok and Reels and short clips, and then you get to see their podcasts, or you get to kind of sit down and listen to what they do and who they are. So yeah, no, that's it's a pretty cool time for actually for everything when it comes to entertaining, and in in the industry of entertaining. Yeah, I don't even know how to even say those words right now. um, I'm gonna be moving more on my personal life. It's been a great year overall. I'm not saying it's been perfect. I don't think it's gonna be perfect ever. But overall, it's been a good year. Personally, I've been waiting for an eye surgery for 2 years, and it finally happened this month. At the beginning of the month. So right now I'm just kind of like staying at home, recovering, doing my best to recover the best I can. I'm gonna be having another eye surgery just to finish the whole process. And yeah, I'm really happy to happen this year. It was really messing with me mentally, and also physically because the pain, and from physically was also affecting me mentally too. Um, and yeah, no, it's just one of those things that I I've been struggling for a while, and I'm just really happy that finally it's over. I'm finally, also kind of nowadays learning a little more about myself, learning to be more patient. I would like to keep learning and be a better person in the next year. I would like to keep learning. There's more to learn. Um, I'm actually, like I said, looking forward to get a better health soon, and yeah, just keep grinding and see what other opportunities are for me. Like I said, I am really looking for new opportunities and see what my next chapter is. Just gonna let it open like that. Just gotta be open to it. I gotta keep grinding. I gotta keep trying to stay focused. I know sometimes it's very difficult, but I have to. And so, and that now that we're talking about this, I would like to finish a podcast. This podcast um, by saying some of the things that I'm grateful for, because without that, really, that's how I live my life. I I feel better when I say those things, the things that I'm grateful for. It just makes my life much easier. It makes me realize that uh, life is not easy, as we all know, but if we just keep trying and yeah, we just keep we don't quit. So why not, right? Let's just keep going. That being said, the three things that I'm really grateful for. First of all, I'm really grateful for my health right now. I know I'm still recovering from my eye surgery, but overall, I think I'm really grateful to have my other things working, and I would like to continue with keeping my body in good shape and also keeping everything overall. Um, the other thing, the second thing that I'm grateful for is actually my partner, my fiance Felicia, my mom, my family, my friends who really are the ones who are there to support, and they're there when yeah, when you really need them, and especially after what I've been going through this, like I said, what I've been through just a couple of weeks, just recovering from a surgery, you realize a lot of things like that. So uh, I'm definitely grateful for that. And I think the last thing that I'm grateful for, I think, is just the just opportunity to have another chance. Um, I take it for granted sometimes, and but also I realize that, man, I don't know how much time I have in this life, and if I'm gonna live my life, let's just try to leave it happy and you not feel disappointed about yourself. So I would like that. I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful for this little kitty right here too. This is Olive. She's a scary kitty, right, Bassini? Yeah, she is. She's a scary kitty. She hides when people show up at the house. So, yeah, those are the really main things that I'm grateful for. I'm also, it's gonna sound cliche, but also just grateful to have a roof under my head. Grateful that I know that there's other people out there that are struggling even more hard than I am. So I'm really blessed to have even the things that I do have now. So I am grateful for the things that I have. They might not be much, but I'm grateful for those things. Um, so we're gonna wrap it up with that, but also I'm gonna be showing what's gonna be coming up next on the Hot Wing Challenge that I usually do with my fiance. The next one, this one was given to me for Christmas. I haven't opened it yet because I really want to make a video out of it. I hope this one's actually really good. So far, I've been reading the ingredients and everything and what's all about. Oh, you want some? Um, I hope it actually, like, it's actually spicy. Like I said, I was disappointed was this? It's quite disappointing when you're used to spice and then you get, something like that. But yeah, let's see how this one goes. I'm gonna be probably posting a couple of reels just to set up for the next episode. Thank you everyone for whoever's watching, even if it's one or two people, whoever they're watching out there. Thank you. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next year. Peace out.